go quickly from experience to conclusion without having to know how the in-between areas happen.
Can't really do this during the nighttime. It has to be during the day.
Nor do they care until they become like
unless I find good lighting.
That's right. And then they might care. But I'm trying to get people who are intuitive and try to and are interested in coincidences.
I'm intuitive. I tell myself all the time, pick me.
For all of us to hone our intuitions. Honing, sharpening, clarifying our intuitions. What's intuition but an inner teacher? And intuition comes from paying the tutor. It's somebody inside of us, or some part of us really, that can tell us things we need to know in ways we don't understand how it came to that conclusion. So how do we sharpen our intuition? You have had to sharpen it by doing this radio program because you pull out questions that you feel are the right questions to ask or make comments you feel are the right comments to make. Sometimes you can't really analyze what you're saying before you say it, but your intuition gives you some guidance.
And sometimes I wish I would have analyzed before I said it, but, but that happens.
Intuition is only one method of getting information. And being able to check it and check it out. So that what I try to do is learn which sound from my inner self seems to be the right one to listen to, and which one should I question, and which one should I reject. Don't take all of them. Find the best voices that you can have inside of you for accomplishing things that you're trying to do in the present.
In terms of intuition, how close does intuition match the coincidence? I mean, do they almost go side by side in tandem with each other, or are they separate?
In my way of thinking and the research that I've done with other colleagues, measures of intuition correlate with coincidence sensitivity. That's the scientific answer to your question. To be able to talk about the kind of inner psychological ways that intuition contributes to coincidences has to do, I think, with going quickly from an observed connection between an event in your mind and an event in your environment and noticing that it has some possible meaning for you without having to analyze whether or not it does.
You've got on your website, Bernie, a weird coincidence survey. Tell me about that.
That is the survey we were talking about earlier.
Okay.
That measures coincidence sensitivity.
That's something. In your studies as a psychiatrist, did you ever come across a book called Breakthrough to Creativity by Dr. Shafika Caregula? Some would call her Caregula. She was my aunt. She died, but she went to Oxford. She got a degree in psychiatry and changed her entire practice to study telepathy. She was obsessed with that. She moved to California. She lived in the Beverly Hills area, and that's what she wanted to do. So she devoted her entire practice to studying ESP, telepathy, intuition. She wrote a couple books, and she died sadly. Was never able really to, finish her work.
You know that you could go whenever you feel like it.
A psychiatrist who...
Is that your way of telling me to freaking
could not get out of
try it out and see what I could say to freaking start playing a game?
We talked about trying to be...
You turn the kitchen light off, though.
...headed about explanations for coincidences. And I've tried to be able to mention how we cause them and some of the personality correlates that seem to increase them. But now you're getting into the parapsychological, particularly the PSI stuff, the telepathy, precognition, and clairvoyance. And my contribution to explanations has to do with a subset of coincidences that involve what used to be called telepathy. Telepathy, the original definition of telepathy is tele meaning at a distance and pathy meaning emotion or feeling. Telepathy, emotion at a distance. But as you know, telepathy has gotten to be meaning more about, I can read your thoughts or I know what's going on in your mind. And I needed to have a new word for the original definition of simultaneity.
No, I just have it like shaped that I can put it different ways.
A story of mine that got me to this.
Let's get the story when we come back. We're already at the top of the hour.